My name is Audrey Loewen, and this is my one-act Lady Burbage. This show is about Winifred Burbage, who is a woman in the Renaissance time period who goes through some very unfortunate circumstances. She deals with the loss of her children and deals with the loss of so much in her life. It also deals with what it means to be a woman in just the Renaissance time period, but what it means to be just a woman in society, and what society says is good and what is right, and how they look down on you for a circumstance that you have fallen victim to. This show also deals with what it means to take someone's story and tell it without giving them the proper honor that is given and should be given to them. This show is such a passion project of mine. I have written this show specifically in traditional Shakespearean verse, with a few exceptions here and there that I hope you enjoy. But this show has been such a wonderful project to work on, and I hope that you enjoy my one act entitled Lady Burbage. Thank you.
The date, 16-1, November 1st. The Mistress Burbage called me today. She wept in pain and disarray. No more is she with child. The babe was born still in death. He never saw his mother's face, no light, no anything at all. So still, so quiet, the babe did seem. Poor mistress bruised and bled, was drained of life and colour of her skin. Confinement for her was to be the next week. The midwife was not even there for her to consecrate the babe when he emerged. No balm, no oil can remedy the pain of losing life yet lived. No cry was heard, no blameless delay. Only God can know what is in store for Mistress Burbage now.
My dearest, wherefore art you all alone, in darkened light and colours dimly worn? I know you art distressed, I hear your cries. They sound deep sorrow I have never known. My dearest love, come hither in the light. 'Tis warm and comforting, good for your soul. Are you content, my love?
As much is allowed for me to be. Mayhaps 'tis time for lighter drapes to cool and light inside. No need for us to hide our faces now. Perchance we try again when all is still once more.
You know I long to hold an heir, a child to raise, to teach my craft to love, to discipline, to show them life about our home. A son or daughter, a little one growing strong and kind, ne'er fearing life nor death, yet taking care and caution for a life of wonder, beauty, love, no fear of regret nor anything of pain. Our child will grow, and you must keep your health. Be well. Your health is most important, gentle. For if I were to lose you, all is lost. You are my light, joy. I'll fight, protect, care for you. I prithee keep your health.
I will. I'm growing stronger every day.
Wondrous well.
We must prepare the place where he shall lay his lifeless days away. I hie the garment for his cradle dark, 'tis pale and white. No blood was spilt on it, thank heavens above. The church will be awaiting our arrival on this day to finish the arrangements for his one and only service. It will be like all the ones we had before.
Must all be set in stone so soon?
Quite sadly, yes, my dear. We must not wait to lay him down right with his sisters and his brother from before. Will thou not see the grave importance of this all? We must with haste.
Are guests to be expected this day? There seems to be a knocking at our door. I know not who it be, nor who dared to come and barge on in. Our lives are frail and scattered all around the ground below.
Yes, all's well. I sent a missive to the Shakespeares, dear. I'm quite surprised they'd come this day. How now, dear friends?
Good cousin, we came with haste. Art thou all well?
I am. The doctor gave to me a remedy of honey, thyme, and ale. I know not what he means by this, alas. I pray it is to use and not of quack.
One never knows what kind of mixture one should really e'er partake.
Which you know all too well, my friend. From all your tales of old, you would be quite the expert in such ways.
The tales which you know not of, nor of, it's kind of in any fashion, I might add.
And yet I am the favorite of the guild to take the stage in all the leading roles, the ones you cannot seem to play yourself. Although your tales should help you act your play, they leave you stranded, do they not, old friend?
You play them all, for you do own the globe, the Blackfriars stage as well.
Come now, dear sirs. Us ladies prithee, calm your horses, grasp the reins, and walk them round the yard, till all at last can be quiet and still. You hay all that is necessary for the day that you lay your child in the ground.
I do believe that be the truth with all, except the bonnet made of black to lay with him inside. Mayhaps this should be done in morrow's glow, and not this dreadful day. Methinks I may not be ready for this all quite yet. Just one more day is all I need.
To offer solace, we can go thither go. Retrieve the bonnet and come hither to go with you to the grave in morrow's light.
It would be good comfort, thank you, Anne.
We shall do all we can to aid thee in this dark and trying time. Thou must not fear. Be of good heart, and think not long on this.
My dear, are you all set to thither go? We must still meet the church this day, or else they may disgrace our newborn's plot with one that be not of our Burbage blood.
Oh, aye, my love. I shall be ready presently. I only need a moment to myself.
Of course, my dear. Our friends, we thank thee for your generosity and comfort all. I shall go thither with you to your steeds.
Oh, I quite forgot. Here is my finest lace. I wish you to use it for the blanket in your child's final resting place, my friend.
Thou art so kind. I thank thee for thy gift immensely so. Anon, dear friends, thank thee.
In morrow's sunlight we shall hither come.
Shall I await you in the yard, my love?
Oh, aye, my dear. I will be there quite soon. I wonder what it feels like to not have grief nor turmoil, to be as soft and new as a gentle babe, away from all the troubles of this world, not questioning the life the fates deem worthy I should live. I feel right empty in my heart. I've lost too many of my little children to death of many kinds. The fates do torture me with this loss. Each time it worsens to a deeper kind of pain I've ne'er experienced prior to it all. I have longed for absolutely nothing more in my life than a family of my own, to be wed to the one I love and bring our family's honour in giving them a child to hold and to grow strong in our ways. I have found the one my soul delights in, and long to bring him joy as he doth for me since the day we were wed. Each month I face a greater pain so few have e'er had in their lives. It haunts me each and every waking moment, and is all the more relentless in the night. Yet when I am with child, it holds a different kind of fear, that though I hold a little one dear and close inside of me, I will ne'er be so blessed among women as to hold them in my arms past a fortnight, a moon, through all the seasons in a year. My spirit is always heavy, the whispers said behind when I go about the shire disheartening my soul, the whispers of disgrace, aye, the talk of things they know not of. They speak as though I'm cursed to only bear death, that it will never be considered a proper goodly wife, and give my husband the security of his lineage, one that is strong with many children, sons and daughters. I know he loves me, else he would not dare to keep me in my health. I know it be unthinkable, yet I still fear that in my sleep he shall walk away and leave me in this place behind, to find the one that can give him all his desires of an heir and rightful place in history. One more endeared to youth and fit for bearing little ones, with his wondrous eyes and complexions, with cheeks so blushed with pink and blessings from the angels manifested as freckles on their dear faces. Dear God, I pray you show me mercy. I long to bring a child into this world with my dear Richard. Prithee, my lord, if I be of any worth to you, let it be so. Though I may be far from your grace and kindness of the same, I beg for you to bless me with a child, not for my own being, but for my dear beloved Richard. Let him have a babe with me that grows each day in his likeness and takes after him in every way. Let me bring honour and grace to our family names, that our house would stand for eons to come. Prithee, my lord, let it be so. I have given suck and know how tender 'tis love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? Bring forth children only, thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Away and mock the time with fairest show, false face must hide what the false heart doth know. Will wrote this, I.
In sooth, I stood beside him while he wrote those words exactly as you read them now.
Methinkest 'tis odd and out of character for him to write such speech. Pray tell what is the little genius given him the thought to pen a tragedy so few have e'er had in their life. A tearful grievous fate, no doubt, to come upon them, I suppose. Yet what did spark this thought in him, I pray? You dost thou know?
Upon your peace, I pray. I know not who the genius be. Mayhaps it be abroad where they did cross their paths to set down to talk a while. Why be this of importance to you, dear? You've shown much less an interest in Will's work before this one. Why art thou so intrigued with this Macbeth?
Mayhaps 'tis all for naught, it does appear, to bear resemblance, nay, not so. It must not be this way, I am mistaken, I believe. Thou art all set, my dearest.
Yes, I shall be ready for when Will does come, to travel off to London for our show. I have procured a travelling set to write, a missive to you each and every night. And if I miss a day, God save me from the wrath that brews inside your heart. I'll write each day and think of none but you each night. The wenches try to pull me from your arms, I'll fend them off, for I am yours alone.
Arise, good sir, you need not be so low. I'll see you in glory light once, though, has come back hither home safe in my arms. Until that day I shall await each night to read thy missives showered with thy love. Canst thou hither and collect his things?
Aye, Mistress Burbage, I shall take them now.
And do be careful with my writing set. I do not want it damaged so that I may use it presently upon moments of my arrival at the Globe. When Will doth come, please show him in as well.
Aye, sir.
I did not know that Will was travelling with you, dear. Is he incapable to be alone and travel not with other beings?
He asked to travel with that we might look all through his writings of Macbeth and make the necessary choices for our stage.
That seems to be of sense, I do suppose. Might there be changes to the lady, then?
Imagine there could be some changes made. Not likely, for Will seems quite settled on her tragedy and presence on the stage. One ne'er does know what goes on in his mind. He may go in more depth to find the cause of all her pain and strife, and why she does persuade Macbeth to do the deed alone, with no attempt of aid from her own hands. Alas, the worry of her death belongs to Shakespeare only, dear. I may not know.
Now, Richard, art thou set and prepped to leave?
Of course, my friend, I hae one trunk that's left.
Well, take it now, and strive with haste, good man.
I shall return to say anon, my love.
I hear you hae a brand new tragedy, Sir William. Be this tale in sooth?
Aye, I do believe I have outdone myself with this new tale, that of Macbeth. Hast thou been privy on the writing Richard holds?
He has revealed a page or two of this. 'Twas from the moment Lady to Macbeth does speak on promises and troubles of her childbearing days. 'Tis gruesome, I believe, how one would willingly refuse a gift of life they have received, and pray their husband now would do the same. I pray, what be the genius inside your head?
What dost thou mean?
Why does she lose her child? Why is her pain on grand display for all the globe to see?
I simply love her pain.
I prithee, speak that thou dost mean by this.
She is so fragile and alone, allows no living being to come see her wounds. So does remind me little bit of you, so strong for everyone to see, and yet so vulnerable, and racked with torturous grief.
You mock me with your flattery, Sir Will.
Alas, I am all set. My love, you look as though all life has fled all from your face. Is something wrong, my dear?
My love, all's well. I was just speaking of the pain when you are gone and far from me. I love you oh so very much, my Richard, my love.
and I shall miss your beauteous face. I'll write each night and think of you alone. Now, Will, art thou prepared to leave in moment's time?
I'm settled. Bless us now with haste anon. I bid you on farewell, mistress, anon.
I must now say farewell, my friend, my love. I pray you are not lonely while I am away. Until I reach the globe, here is my first of many missives yet to come, for you to read once I have gone and am away. Anon, my dearest Winifred, you are the star that shall be with me all my days.
Anon, my love, I wish your journey safe. You are the light that shines in the darkest time.
My dearest Winifred, by now I shall be on my way to London town with Will in tow, who's buried in his writing book. These next few moons may prove to be a task, as we are far from one another's arms. The journey of our lives shall soon stand time to be a frame for which all pairs should strive to be akin and follow in our steps. Have faith, my dear, that all is as it ought to be, that we may have life of love, not one of grief and sorrows yet to come. I must now attempt to try and reason with Sir Will and all his fanciful ideas. For staging this Macbeth, you have my heart and all my love, my Winifred. Richard B.
My Richard, I love him so. When he is far away, it be a time of strain upon us both. And now my love is all too far away from me, taken by the one who strikes against me. Why did Will pen such thoughts? How could he be so blind to human nature that he cares not for the pain he causes in his wake of writing all these tragedies? I know 'tis been quite some time since we lowered our littlest one in the ground, and it should not disturb me, but such a thought is too tormenting to think of when it comes about the room, even in ink to be read aloud and seen by all the globe. It feels as though my heart has been cut from my chest, as it was when I lost my babe. Richard knows not of my demons that I face each month, filled with painful reminders that I am not worthy to be a mother to anyone at all, and I pray he never sees the face of all these demons. My body aches and turns against me, leaving me weak and easily tormented by the reminders whispered by everyone in the shire, knowing I will ne'er be accepted as a goodly wife till I give a child to Richard, one that is healthy and well, that lives to see many years ahead. I know he loves me, and is always there to be with me in moments when I need him most. I wish that he was not involved with this Macbeth. It brings too many wounds up from the ground, and is too awful that all was caused by Will. They know not what they do, and praise themselves for all the profits that they make at the expense of people's pain they know nothing of, and fain to see the glory of the one and only bard, the one who stands against all time, the one who be remembered for millennia, second only to God and above the Queen. In his radiant light of fame, he destroys the lives of all the people he takes stories from. Yet when all is said and done, no one will remember my face, only a vague memory to my name, all because of my marriage to Richard, who happens to be the owner and closest friend to William Shakespeare. Time is not kind to women. It burns only to see that holds a vague familiarity of our being, with words written of who we were wed to and where we lay to rest once we leave this earth. If only it were different when what it is, my name would last eons beyond that of William Shakespeare's, and I would be known as my own being, not just as an attachment to my husband, although I love him so. If all were only different, time would be much kinder to my name.
Good cousin, how fare thee this fine day? All's well?
Dear Anne, 'tis wondrous well this day. I found a trunk 'tis filled with trinkets of the days when I was but a babe. How has the days been since your daughter's wedding day?
The days have been quite lonesome, I must say. 'Tis all too quiet for my taste. Although 'twas nice to go to the state and see the state the globe be in, which doth bring forth a memory I quite misplaced. I hae a missive for you, one from Richard, my dear friend. He sends his love.
I thank you kindly. I have awaited some days and nights to hear his word once more. 'Tis hard for me to think that he is still on stage in such a wretched show of wills. I must admit I do not like Macbeth.
What reason dost thou have for to not like one of my late husband's tragedies? There be no means of such a thought. Pray tell, what thoughts against Macbeth dost thou hide in thy heart?
It be a thought of privacy, or shall I speak one that your husband did ignore? He did confess some years ago that he did find the thought of my own pain, the spark that he was missing in this wretched show, the final piece to Lady Macbeth's heart. He did not know the pain I hid from all society.
He knew not what he did. I can assure that this must be some mistake.
He mocked my pain, nor cared for my own heart, nor of the bitter wine he poured into my wounds, and topped them off with mounds of salt that spared no spout of vicious pain. And then to make it worse in every way, he made a profit on my pain. He showed the globe with eager pride the torture that he put me through. And worse still, he cast my love, my Richard, as Macbeth, to see my own dear husband live each torturous memory I lived for years alone in agony, to never know the pain your late husband did inflict upon me. This be the thought and reason for my hatred of Macbeth.
I did not know that this was the pain you felt. I pray you may not hold this anger in your heart much longer. I do wish to make amends if that doth please your heart in grief.
Of course, my friend. I speak this not to be a burden or a pest of any kind. I speak this only for I have not said a word before to any other soul. To show my candour, I am with child and wish for nothing more than to be free of grief, the strife and agony of long ago.
My friend, this be good news. Thou art with child. How long hast thou known? Prithee tell me.
Has only been 2 moons since we conceived, and Richard has been gone for quite some time. I wish to wait till he return before I spread announcements all about the Shire. I prithee, do not utter any word to any other beings. I must write to Richard and give him the missive myself.
Quite certain, my dear friend, I shall not speak a word of it to any other living soul. Be this the reason for your trunk from long ago, filled to the brim with trinkets of all kinds for babes to play with and be wrapped in bundles of warm?
Ah, yes, this be the meaning of the trunk. I wish to think of all my little ones that I have lost before, and pray that I be spared the loss of yet another child. Does it seem fanciful to think that I may long at last give birth and have a babe in my arm that coos and shines with light so bright that ne'er can be stuffed out?
'Tis wondrous well. This be as it ought to be. Thou art in sooth the one who shall consider herself blessed among all women when thou dost hold thy babe in arms, and Richard also.
Oh, how wondrous this thought be! I am amazed and also grateful that I am with child. I must write out a missive to my love. Beg pardon for my shortening our tea. Will you be by in morrow's light? It would be wondrous if thou didst return for tea.
No need for pardon at all. All is well. I shall come hither for our tea and bring a gift for the little Burbage, who shall come quite soon. Anon, my friend, till morrow's light shines through.
My dearest Richard, where to begin, love? I am with child. It has been 2 moons. I believe and pray that all is well with our little one.
Dearest Winifred, the last few days have been quite long. I pray you shall forgive me for not writing to you. I was tied up in the business of Macbeth, and nay could find a moment long enough to write my troubles and my love to you. For now I have a moment only to begin to say I love you, and how much I long to be in your embrace at home. If all is well these next few moons, I shall be home at last, with nothing more than just myself to spend our days together, with no worry of the globe or that Macbeth. I must return to work and say anon, I love you with my whole heart, Winifred. Yours alone forever, dear, Richard B.
Is it possible to feel both sorrow and joy in the same breath? To be so close at last to the little one I long to hold, and yet still feel so far away from their essence and frightened that they will evaporate before my very eyes. that their life could be so brief. I've lost 3 of my children in the first 3 moons of carrying them. 2 made it through the birth and breathed only 1 breath, 1 from fever and the last from being born too early, that looked almost like a statue. He was so little and so pale. I wonder what life would have been like had they been allowed to live for many years. Would Richard be gone as oft as he is now? Would my little girls be grown and learning about the house and how to manage it all from me? Would my little sons be with Richard and learning the way of the Black Friar? Would we be content to live in our home, teaching our children the path in which the tread to walk upon in the light of our Lord? Mayhaps it would be happier than we are now. Mayhaps 'tis all for naught. The fates are quite fickle. They bless me to hold a child inside myself, yet rip them away from me before I can hold them in my arms. I know not if I should dare speak to all of this to Richard. Methinks he would not be so glad to know that I am with child, but if all is lost, the grief of losing yet another little Burbage will be too much for him to bear. I do not know if he would make it through another loss. I know not if I shall make it past if I were to lose another. I will be strong for Richard, for myself, for my little one. I will lift my head above the lies and tales that spread around, and I will believe that we shall all be a family at long last. I shall hold my babe in my arms and shall grow and live for many years to come. Richard and I shall be together and happy at long last with our child. He will finally get to rest and raise our child in the ways of his trade and in our lineage, so our house may stand for eons to come. My babe, you are so precious to me. I eagerly await your arrival, that I may hold you and hear your cries and kiss your head. I shall do all in my power to make it so that you live for many years to come. My little Burbage.
My love, I'm coming for you. Do not be afraid, for I will be there presently. I shall leave London town with haste to come, be at your side. Remember, dear, you must keep calm and breathe all through this pain. It will subside, I can assure you. Winifred, I'm on my way. I'm coming home with haste. Good Anne has said she sends her love to you in hopes that all is well. She has arranged for Robinson to take my place upon the stage this night, along with Nicholas, and not to fret at all. I come with haste. My love, I shall return as presently as possible for me. I will be home and safe within your reach. My love, I'm coming. Richard B.
Your home at last! Thank heavens above, the calm I seek amidst the tempest storms of life. Oh, I need you here by my side. Prithee, do not leave my side. I am afraid, my love, it feels akin to that of our lost child, so still and quiet. Do not leave my side.
I'm here, my love. I shall not leave for one moment. I am here, my love. Please go and send for midwife and the doctor, please.
I shall go now, good sir.
Prepare a spread for Richard, please, I pray.
Please prepare a spread for Winifred as well. All will be well, long last year. No need to worry and not to fret. I promise you our child will be well and you as well. Just breathe and hold my hand. The pain, it will subside. Just breathe, my love, and think of peace.
You are so calming in this dreadful time. Oh, Richard, it hurts, the pain. Oh!
Breathe, Winifred. Just breathe, dear. Let us think of something other than this pain, my love. We haven't picked a name to call our child. They must be named, my love. A boy or girl.
Oh, this be in sooth. May, if it's a girl, we call her Anne.
It would suit her. And for a boy, perhaps we call him Charles.
Oh, no, not so. I shall not call him Charles.
What dost thou think of William, my dear?
Oh, why dost thus bring him into this right now? No help can come of late, Sir William can be this to us.
I mean to say we call our son this name, not speaking of Sir William right now.
'Tis not my most preferred name. I be not of his flatterers most days.
What cause? He hath done nothing of a harm to you.
Oh, it be about Macbeth. I ne'er did like him casting you to play a part so close to home and be our lives. And grief, my dear. The Lady Macbeth was after me. He ne'er did say a word to you, did he?
I knew not that he did, my love. I pray a pardon that I did not see. How William had done this to you and to us.
Oh, you need not pray for pardon there, my dear. You are the world to me. I love you.
Oh, breathe. Hold my hand as tight as possible. You are all right, my love?
Oh, no, yes. It be subsiding, I do pray. We still need one more name. What if we called him after you? We call our little one Richard, too. The second in our line. That would be nice.
I could not be more flattered by you, love. So we are settled then. A boy, his name be Richard, and a girl, her name be Anne.
We are agreed.
I thank you very much. I do believe this all be for now.
Thank you.
Quite well, good sir. I sent for the Dr. Simon and the midwife. I shall be in the kitchen if you need.
Are you well, my dear? You cough too much.
Oh, I'm quite all right, dear Winifred. 'Tis just a cough. You need not worry about that.
I shall be still, my love, and will not fret about your health. I hate too much to think all this time.
Oh, well, how is the bread? 'Tis freshly baked, I hope.
Oh, it seems to be indeed. I'm not concerned with eating at this moment. Oh, how my love. May take care and try by.
No, not my love. So, you may be so strong and well in health. I do not need such wondrous bread as this in this breath. I shall be settled with the finest spread of vegetables and this water clean.
Are you good, my dearest?
Tis but a speck of dust caught in my throat is all.
I wish you would just eat this bread. It may yet help with one speck lodged in your throat. Richard? Richard, please get up. Please, I pray you. Oh, Richard, please wake up. Help! Someone help! Help! Richard! Someone help! Call the doctor, please help! Richard, come back to me, my love! Wake up, Richard!
The date is 1619, March 14th. Miss Burbage called me once more for me to come and see her husband's final breath. How strange the cause of his demise. I found it to be, for in his lungs I found a trace of blood so thick and so dark. Perhaps it was the torrid winter storm that had caused his bloods to bind together so tightly so. Or perhaps, maybe, it be the cause of unknown reasons. He leaves behind his dear good wife who brought their son into this world alone. With just the midwife by his side, he leaves with health and happiness around, though sorrow runs all through his veins. At last the mistress holds the one her husband so desired to see. She stands with beauty, grace, and strength equivalent to those born with nobility. She holds her head up high and leaves behind the whispers of demise, that others spread like wild winds with rain. Grief dawns her with a veil ne'er seen before, one soon with tears the void of night sky glow encompasses her tresses as a crown. With starlight's beam that flows down to the end to meet with death's cold breath that ne'er does touch her life, yet permeates the earth she trods upon. Yet in that death roses of her song do rise above, and grace the path that she leaves behind. The woman is fore'er a goodly wife, and shall remain in time, not mistress, but Lady Burbage now.